Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Randomly Generated Podcast. I am, of course, your host, Fedora Gamer, and I am joined by my scaled friend, Gingerdragon.
Hey, it's 2 days in a row without something going wrong.
More
It's
like
all coming back together.
2 weeks in a row, actually. Not.
Well, same thing.
Yeah.
People don't care about the fact that they're a week apart. That's not important.
2 podcast days in a row. We'll go with that.
Exactly.
And this week we have a returning guest, a good friend of mine, HiredHelp.
What's up?
He vanished off the face of the earth for a while, and now is back into the YouTube game and all of that.
I'm doing that, and it's good. I'm doing awesome stuff and stuff.
Your videos are something.
They are something.
They're entertaining.
beautiful.
They're entertaining. We'll go with that. That's the whole point, right?
Yes, I make a fool of myself for good reasons.
Don't
For
we
enter-
all do that, though?
Yeah, for entertainment value. That's perfectly good reason.
Yeah.
And we are joined this week by our indie guest dev, Nick of Hapagames, the team behind Ascendant, a wonderful game that you'll be seeing a little bit later in the podcast.
Hello.
All right, let's go ahead and jump right into the first segment. What we've been playing. Oh, wait, actually, first segment. Do you have a GIF? Gingerdragon? I forgot to find one. GIF of the week.
Sure. You know what? I've got a pretty good one. This one will.
Where's Sour Plus?
We do need sour plus.
We do need Sour Plus.
But for now, I think this will do.
Oh, that is pretty beautiful. I like
That-
it.
Joys of 3D printing.
I was going to say, that's 3D printed, isn't it?
Yep.
That's the GIF of the week. It's
What a
rich
time
food.
to be alive.
I remember the Reddit comment on this one was, first I left because it said poop, then I left because it said poop.
It's an infinite laugh cycle.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I've
The
actually been
government's new secret weapon.
wanting to try to save up for a 3D printer, and I hope somewhere they've made the file, the schematic for that available, because I want to make that. What
This
do
is
you
what was
call
all
it?
for.
What do you even call that?
What, the schematic?
What it is?
That's-
I mean, what do you
that's
call
big.
it?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
what would
rotary.
you Google if you wanted to build this?
Yeah.
Boo poop.
Boo poop
I
rotary,
wouldn't.
baby.
I wouldn't Google that.
No,
Save people.
that sounds like a horrible idea.
Get Google Chrome and go on to incognito mode. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna do it right now. Let's
Oh.
see.
Incognito mode doesn't
I'm not
do it.
afraid.
Nice.
If we hear vomiting, we know why. All right. Anyway, that's the gift of the week. Let's go ahead and go with what we've been playing this week. Let's start with Gingerdragon.
I'm not sure why, but I was hit by a sudden urge near the end of the week to just play the ever-loving shit out of Skyrim.
Good
I don't
game,
even know
buggy
why.
as
It
shit,
just
but-
happened. The urge took over.
I'm familiar with that urge. It's happened to me. I don't usually commit though. It's like the same urge that I get when I want to play Final Fantasy VII, and then I turn on Final Fantasy VII, and I'm like, man, this is what this looks like, and then I stop.
Yeah, when you think about it through nostalgia tinted glasses, it was wonderful. But then you go look at it again, it's like, oh,
Yeah, less good.
yes,
Yeah.
that's good.
I
The
don't know why,
gameplay
but
was
ever
good.
since
but
Wednesday, I got
Right.
29 hours in that game.
Nice.
I played a lot of Skyrim. I don't know, probably at least 100 hours in it, maybe 150. But I never actually got around to beating it.
Nah.
That's not so important.
Main
about the journey.
quest line's kind of shit anyway compared to the others.
But you kill, I just saw you complain on Twitter about Dragon Age and killing dragons. But you kill a
Yeah.
lot of dragons in Skyrim.
Not the proper
Yeah.
odds.
Okay, now with the proper, what do? Turn them into flying
you can kill
cows?
Randy Savage.
No, literally, it's called Friendly Dragons. It makes all the dragons, aside from story important ones, friendly towards the player.
But
There you
killing
go.
the dragons is the
Quite
fun
frankly,
part.
it's better than just having them in there anyway, because it's the dragon fighting isn't even a mechanic in that game. It's just a test to see how good your potion hoarding skills are. And then you get to make one of your useless shouts slightly less useless. Yay.
Who sure die?
Yeah, but you don't need dragons for that one.
Good point. I'll give you the first couple dragon attacks are really interesting and fun, but then after that, they just really get monotonous anyway.
Yeah, I mean, with the friendly dragons, you can have some interesting encounters. I was just kind of, I swam across the riverbed, and I was just walking down the street. Suddenly, a dragon just lands behind me. It's just like, what the hell? And he just starts breathing ice, pouring it into the freaking river. Turns out he was killing some slaughterfish that I accidentally aggroed.
Well, that's
Yeah, I mean, killing like killing like 3 dragons is like pretty special, but killing like 50 dragons is just gets a little less special, you know?
Yeah.
It
It's
gets
just
to-
like.
Go ahead.
So again, I just installed that mod because dragon slaying in that game is pointless despite its setting.
Yeah, it gets to the point where you just hear the dragon attack sounds and the music change, and you're just like, oh, I'm just going to keep running this direction.
Exactly.
Yeah. It does get
So
to
yeah,
that
don't
point.
worry. I've only killed the 2 required dragons in that game, so we're good.
Oh, look at you. You're like some sort of dragon philanthropist.
Basically, I am a dragon. You think I'm just gonna sit there and murder my own kind?
So you complain about this in games a lot, but we murder humans constantly in video games, so
Yeah, that's because they're humans.
I guess humans are terrible in general, so.
It's the most dangerous game.
Alright, what have you been playing, Hired Help?
Oh, I don't know. I've been playing Coin Crypt a lot. I like that game a whole bunch.
I need to
It is.
pick it up. I played its beta back in the day, and it's really good.
It's really good, and I'm like kind of good at it. I've been on the leaderboards and the daily challenge they have for that like 2 or 3 times. I've been in the top 10.
Oh, they
and
did.
that's
They have a
pretty
daily
awesome.
challenge, huh? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It is really cool, and they give you specific characters you have to play as and stuff. It's pretty awesome. Other than that, I've been playing this game called Vertical Drop Heroes. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's kind of like Rogue Legacy in a way.
I got
It's
press
on
emails
Humble.
about that, asking if I was interested in it, and then I replied, and they said, okay, they put me on the list, and then I've heard nothing back from them.
Huh.
So it's
It's
actually
fun.
out, huh?
It's on Humble. Yeah.
I need to kick that
It's-
PR guy
I
a couple
enjoy it.
times then.
Yeah, I'd bug them. It's pretty fun if you like roguelike type things and stuff, so.
I do. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
I need
It's
to
my
check it.
kind of game.
More things with roguelike elements, please. All of them.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which,
I
that's the
will
game a
say
little
that.
later in the podcast.
We're starting to reach the point now where indie and roguelike may as well just be one and the same. Shots
Not
fired.
wrong. Not wrong.
Not too far off.
No, I mean, it goes in waves. Like, it was the gimmicky puzzle platformers for a couple years, and now it's roguelite games for a couple
So
years.
many, and even in the last like 2 months, there's just been like 20 roguelike type things going
Yeah.
out.
I mean, to
like,
be
oh
fair,
my
it's not
God.
bad. I mean, what do you
No.
you sacrifice level integrity for the sake of more replayability? I mean, that's
Yeah, that's
not really the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, and roguelikes are fun. Tons of fun.
It's not always level integrity either. It's something like Tower of Guns that has very well crafted rooms. and
Well, that's because
rooms-
the rooms are well.
Are
Yeah, okay,
handcrafted.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, are handcrafted, just put together randomly, which is, I believe, how Ascendant works as well. Isn't each room like handcrafted, but then they're assembled randomly?
Yep, you are correct.
Which
Both
is how Binding of Isaac works, Our Darker Purpose works that way. A lot of the roguelites work that way.
I think that's the best way to do it, personally.
Yeah, especially with like something like Tower of Guns. No one's come up with a way to make interesting, randomly generated rooms in 3D.
Yeah, I mean,
That-
even Spelunky is done kind of like that. Like each,
Yeah, there's, like,
each
little
level in
chunks.
Spelunky is made from little chunks.
Yep. It's the best
Yeah.
way to do it. Full random
Definitely.
generation stopped working when these games progressed out of being just top-down tile-based stuff, you know?
Yeah, well, if you want to have any sort of like decent gameplay or like decent mechanic, then you require like your levels to kind of enforce that. And the only way to do that is to kind of make stuff yourself. Otherwise, it'll all be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe someday somebody will come up with a full random level generator that can do 3D and actually be good, but that person would be a wizard.
That person would, he would basically become a god at that point.
Yeah. But I do like the way the games that use pre-made rooms or chunks of rooms and just, they're randomly put together, the different rooms, because you get a much better experience that way.
Oh yeah, because then you get the handcraftedness and the random generation.
Yeah,
Jack
I
of all
mean-
trades, master of none, but you don't have to be a master of either of them because both of those trades are really damn good.
Yeah, and if you have enough variety, then people won't really notice anyway.
Yep.
Yep, Zippy. We will be talking about that in the news segment here momentarily, actually. Also, I do want to point out, for I think the first time in like 2 months, GingerDragon didn't say, I've been playing Dark Souls 2.
Oh, I did play that, but I just figured it was common sense at this point.
Pretty much. It was redundant to even say it.
What
Yeah,
is Dark
basically.
Souls?
It's this shitty little indie game that's like really hard and stuff. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't think I want to play it. I've never played it.
I haven't played any Dark Souls game either. I always wanted to pick them up, but it's a significant time investment. Hi, Sky Warrior. All right, let's move on to Nick. What have you been playing this week?
I have been playing, as always, a decent amount of Dota 2, and other than that, I've been dabbling in WildStar.
I don't know. It takes a lot for me to get interested in MMO these days. I used to be a hardcore MMO player. I've played well over 20, and I'm just really burnt out on that genre. It's like, oh, the same thing with a new rapper. Yay.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Traditionally, I played like almost every MMO, but we just had I had like a solid week off, and because coinciding with when that game came out, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna no life this for a little while, relive some of the glory days, because I can't do that anymore. I'm making video games like pretty much all day,
Yeah.
every day, and I had some time, and I was like, let's just see what it was like, see what it's like to be like fucking 19 again and just play games
Right.
all day.
That's also why I avoid MMOs these days, because I know if I get sucked into one, my channel would suffer for it.
Yeah, probably would.
But the only MMOs that have caught my interest lately is EverQuest Next, because I was a hardcore EverQuest player, and EverQuest 2. And Next is actually something that's looking finally significantly different in the MMO space. And Archage, which I've kind of signed up for the beta for it, but that looks pretty damn interesting too. It's sandbox, which anyone that doesn't know the terminology, most MMOs these days are what are termed as theme park MMOs. Lots of scripting and you have to follow set paths, a lot of hand holding, and not very much like the areas or the zones are pretty much just a set path. You go from one hub to the next hub to the next hub without any exploration needed or even rewarded if you tried. And yeah, I'm tired of the theme park MMOs, so.
That's actually I find that kind of funny because the one MMO that everyone hates, RuneScape, is the one that doesn't do that. It's just like, you got through the tutorial. Okay, there you go. Go fucking find something to do.
Well, that's
There's
pretty.
other reasons that people hate RuneScape.
Well, that's probably the reason that RuneScape is still even exists, because as much as people hate it, it has a very loyal and sizable fan base. So
Oh yeah.
it's old school in some ways, that's for sure. I played RuneScape when I was younger. I won't say it was bad, but like combat-wise, not very interesting.
Oh yeah. I had a fun time with it though.
And let's see, what else were you playing, Nick? Was that about it?
Just that and Dota 2.
You know, this is the second week in a row where our indie dev guest hasn't played any indie games.
Yeah, I mean,
The AAA takeover is coming!
it's like I look at indie stuff all the time. And
Oh wait, that does remind me. I did play the Hardline beta. Well, hang on, I'll let you finish. But
yeah, I mean, it's like most of my life is indie stuff, and I don't know, it just not like. But I like indie stuff as much as the next guy. I just picked up like Divinity Original Sin, which is technically indie, but that doesn't. I'm waiting for the actual release of that on the 30th to start playing, because I don't want to. My save's not going to carry over, so I don't want to
yeah,
waste too much time now.
playing a long-winded tactical story RPG
Right.
that doesn't seem like a good idea in early access.
Yeah. So waiting that one out, but I don't know. There's nothing out right now indie that like I haven't either already played or has really excited me.
But yeah, that does remind me. Earlier in the week, I was playing the Battlefield Hardline beta. Managed to slip my way into that mere minutes before they made it public beta, so suck it. I'm not one of those public beta scums. I got lucky by mere minutes.
The Battlefield hipster.
Generic modern military first-person shooter yawn.
Yep, it's Battlefield 4 with a fresh coat of paint. And it's
Topper a robber. How new?
no, I had fun. I had a fun time with it though.
Let's
Mostly
see.
because I don't play much Battlefield.
Yeah, I don't play any. So, what I've been playing, I played some more Ascendant earlier this week. I've said this actually about the last 4 podcasts because I can't stop playing that game, even though I can't get very far in it. I did finally
I did play some Ascendant this week. That's true.
I would hope
I
so.
don't know if that counts.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Was it for playtesting or recreational purposes?
Our achievements were being wonky, so I was testing to see if they were fixed. And they were. I got a bunch of them because I'm awesome at the game. No big deal. Anyway, you were saying about how you weren't so awesome at the game?
No, I've made it to like floor 5. It was my best run. Most of the time, the automaton like completely cock blocks me, but I did beat him once.
Yeah, once you like get over that hill of beating him, he just becomes like your bitch. Like so next time you get there, like you'll stick it to him.
No, I've gotten to him a couple more times and not so much. I was just really
Fedora
got a
just
real
sucks at the
lucky.
game.
I do, but it's fun and pretty. So I also
You don't have to be good at a game to enjoy it.
exactly story of my life. It's right there, the Fedora gamer story right there. I've also been playing some Shattered Planet, which is a roguelike more in the traditional sense, where it's tile-based and turn-based, and it's not out yet, and I can't make a video of it until July 3rd. So
are you breaking the embargo right now?
no, there was no NDA just saying don't put videos up till 3rd. They didn't say I couldn't talk about it.
Alright.
It's on mobile already anyway. You can get it on Android and iOS. But it's free-to-play nonsense on those platforms, so that's stripped out of it in the PC version. There's some things I definitely like about it, but with how it's set up, I'm questioning its long-term playability. I don't know. It would take too long to go into details about that. It wouldn't make much sense unless you see the game. So, if you want to know what I mean by that, watch for my video sometime around July 3rd or after. And
Sounds good.
What else have I been playing? I know there was something else I was playing earlier in the week. What was it? I don't know. I was looking at my Steam list of like recently launched games, and I realized that that's now filled with games I had running for to get cards to sell for the Steam summer sales. So that doesn't help me at all. Okay, that's about it, I guess. Let's go ahead and move on to gaming news. Steam summer sales. Anyone picked up any games off of it?
I have not.
So far I've only bought in Spartan Assault. Although I'm probably gonna pick up Dragon Age sometime soon.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I got Original Sin. And that's it.
I'm really tempted to get Rocksmith right now. Very, very tempted.
That's a like rhythm game, right?
Yeah, it's the AAA rhythm game where you actually play with a real guitar.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I had the original one for the Xbox 360, and I liked it a lot. And then I let someone borrow it that I know, and I never got it back, and I was really sad.
Oh.
I know. So
I want to
now
point
I'm really
out
tempted to pick that up.
that my wife texted me asking me if I'm podcasting. I said yes. She texts back saying okay. Then she tries to call me. What?
Excellent.
Which I silenced that call. There you go. That's how it's done.
She just wants to be a guest, Fedora.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if you answered it.
I thought about muting and answering it, but it's like I just told you I was. I don't. Maybe she butt dialed. I don't know. Is butt dialing a thing these days with touchscreens? Probably not.
If you're
Sure it
naked,
happens.
maybe.
Let's not go into that. Have you experimented with this, Nick?
Well, I'm just saying, like there's, capacitance. Like you gotta get the current going. It's not gonna work through the clothes. Unless you have maybe assless chaps. I guess you don't have to be naked. Assless
God.
chaps would allow you to butt dial.
Yes.
God.
Yes, it would.
So I don't know what your wife's day-to-day ensemble is like, but odds are pretty low. I would
Shots
imagine
fired.
that's what she wears.
I'm thinking of making horrible jokes, but on the off chance she might actually watch this, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, save yourself.
Yeah.
Don't say anything you might regret.
Right. All right. So I don't know. I haven't picked up anything yet. I've been selling all the cards I can to build up a little bit of a wallet. If something shows up that I want, I can buy it. I wanted the first day's vote thing. The first vote, one of the two groups had Magicite in it for 50% off, and I wanted that group to win because I wanted to grab Magicite, and that group lost. So whoever voted for the other one, you failed me.
Yeah, I voted for that too. The guy that makes Magicite is a friend of ours. He lives in Orlando as well.
Nice.
And it sucked because I'm pretty sure that one was. Well, no, that one might have been some indie games versus indie games. One of them was like 4 indie games versus just a bunch of like AAA games that were getting discounted by like 30 or $40, and I was like, well, we're not going to win this.
I wanted. So you're friends with them. I tried to hit them up on Twitter for a review code. Never got a response. I should probably try email because they don't seem to tweet very much.
Yeah, it's just one guy, and he's generally pretty busy because he's kind of
One guy.
running around with like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to fix bugs and stuff. People are finding bugs much faster than he can fix them. So,
Hapagames is a 4-person team, correct?
we are presently 5.
5-person team.
5, 6, 7 people worked on Ascendant for
In a
majority
garage.
of the work. Yeah, in a garage downstairs.
There's actually a picture on their website of their workspace, which is literally a garage.
It's nice that we put carpet in it, and
It's a nice
got a
garage,
window.
but that's epitome of indie right there.
yeah.
Indie cred through the roof if you live in a garage.
Yeah, it is kind of cool though because we can hear the ice cream truck from the garage when it goes by.
Awesome.
The real
I
question
haven't-
is, do you all grab dollar bills and start running out of the garage?
I haven't made it yet. Like the last time I got out there, I saw the ice cream truck, and it was at the end of the street, and it just looked like the rapiest ice cream truck I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
So I just kind of backed off and decided that I'm an adult, I can go to the store if I want ice cream.
You just like step out and no.
Yeah, it was a van, really, is what it was, with like some ice cream picture stickers on the side. I think the music was just coming from the windows. I think you just had the radio cranked up and the windows down. So
That is a pretty ghetto ice cream truck.
yeah, I
A
passed
little
on
bit.
I passed.
Good
Probably
call.
one of those homemade ones.
But theoretically, an advantage to the garage.
Yes, theoretical advantage.
Nothing like the sound of an ice cream truck to
Yep.
brighten up the mood.
Yep.
All right, what else we have for gaming news? We have Ubisoft sticking their foot in their mouth. For anyone that hear about this, there were hidden settings found in config files for Watch Dogs that were literally labeled because there's the big thing about Watch Dogs didn't look as good as it did in E3 2012. Well, they found settings in the config files that were literally labeled E3 2012, and turn them on, it looks a lot better. And
Beautiful.
yeah, a modder
Gorgeous.
released a mod, and it's not really a mod to the game, it's just unlocking the hidden settings, and it looks like it did at E3 2012. It looks a lot better, and so there's a bunch of conspiracy theories flying around, basically about consoles. The console manufacturers paid them off to neuter the PC version to not embarrass the consoles, which that seems plausible in my opinion. Not that they were paid off, but maybe pressured is what I say. They were pressured into not embarrassing the consoles. And yeah, this is the funny part about it, is cranking up these settings had no negative effect on performance. People's performance was just as shitty as it was previously because the performance in that game is not very good in the first place. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big thing. And then Ubisoft came out with their response to it, which was just mouth diarrhea is what it was. Like, saying that they did not intentionally downgrade the PC graphics and that they left it...
Intentionally.
Yeah. And those settings were left out because they were unfinished and would have negative effects on gameplay, and that they only make it subjectively better looking. Bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
aren't all looks technically subjective?
Yeah, I don't know. Looking at the difference in screenshots, you'd have to be a very strange person to say that that doesn't outright look better, but I guess. And yeah, Ubisoft's the new EA apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was only a matter of time. Like, and I don't like to generalize because like some Ubisoft studios are still good, but they have a million. There's Ubisoft is huge. It's a
Yeah.
behemoth. Like, watch the credits for an Assassin's Creed game. It's
God.
like watching a movie. They're like an hour and a half long. Like, I've never seen so many French names. It's like you can learn every French name if you beat a Ubisoft game. It's just how it is. But I don't know. I mean, I saw that, you know, there's the Reddit post the other day. It's just like, you know, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become EA. And that's what Ubisoft there.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't... Their PR people are idiots. They would have actually been better off just not saying anything on the subject. They honestly would have. It would have not blown up to nearly as big a thing. They claimed during development that PC was their lead platform, and clearly that's been proven that they are full of shit about that. By how badly it performs on PC, and by neutering the PC version. For whatever reason, they actually did that, but... Now, the only, like, they said that they're unfinished and could cause artifacts and stuff, and the only thing that has been reported seen using those settings is sometimes a little bit of headlight flicker. That's very minor.
Headlights flicker in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's authenticity.
Yeah, exactly. So their excuses of why those settings were turned off were utter crap. They work perfectly fine. So, I don't get it. I don't either. Only Ubisoft really knows the real reason they neutered it, and I don't know. Perhaps they hate PC gamers.
Well, someone gave them money, which is pretty likely. I mean, someone definitely gave them money. At some
Yeah,
point.
but the likelihood of Sony and Microsoft both teaming up to like pay them off,
one or the other could have done it individually.
Yeah,
yeah, but
Money's
I mean,
money. It doesn't matter how many people it came from.
Originally, Watch Dogs was supposed to be like, you know, a somewhat flagship title for the new console generation, and like along with everything else, it got delayed. But think about it, like you don't want your brand spanking new console, like, you know, top tier game to come out and it looks pretty trashy compared to the PC version, which in reality is like what.
Oh my God,
happen.
HiredHelp! Whatever you're doing, knock it off. That noise.
I'm not doing anything.
But like,
It stopped now, so I'm pretty sure it was HiredHelp.
Not sure what
I'm
that
not
was, but hey.
doing anything.
there's
I swear.
some intermittent crinkling. But I mean, most of the time, developers aren't so great with the new tech when it comes out because, you know, why would they be? They've never used that stuff before. And
We'd
they
take
did.
a look at the difference between, I think it was like Perfect Dark Zero. That game looked hideous.
Right. I mean, we'll take even. I mean, you can look at GTA 4 versus GTA 5. Like, even that is, you know, giant improvement, and that's the same generation. Like, they just got better at utilizing it. Like, Last of Us. Take the first game that came out on the PS3 that was supposed to look good, and take Last of Us, and, you know,
Yeah,
compare
but
the two.
even so, it doesn't change the fact that even once they learn the platform better, that the next gen consoles can't stand up to even a mid-range gaming PC. So,
Well, that's the thing. Like, they know how to develop for a PC. Like,
yeah.
we've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, but no matter how much they learn about the consoles and how to use them, they still won't be able to compare to a real gaming PC, and that's
Well,
just
by
how
the
it'll be
time-
forever. That's how it always has been, how it always will
I mean,
be.
by the time they learn the console, you know, new graphics cards are out, new processors are out, and the computer just has more firepower at that point.
Yeah, so the fact that they would try to hide the fact that PC always has been and always will be better seems really pointless to me, because that's how it has always been.
It does seem unnecessary.
Yeah.
And honestly, if people want to complain that it looks better on PC, like, just get a PC and play it on that. Like, don't complain
That's
about
the
it.
thing. Most people I know have consoles because PC's too damn expensive.
Yeah,
True,
but
it's
I
more
mean,
expensive up front. We do get
Like-
the wonderful Steam sales, but getting a actual gaming PC is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a hefty initial investment, that's for certain. Even a mid-range gaming PC.
yeah.
would be,
Well, I mean,
like-
the people who aren't like big into computers and stuff and aren't gonna like build their own. Yeah, they're gonna spend entirely too much money on a good gaming PC. You know, like upwards of probably $2,000 or something like that. Something ridiculous. Because I don't know. Just find a friend, have them build your computer.
Yep.
You don't know
I
how to
will
do
point
it?
out that I'm pretty sure I've paid for my computer well more than at least once by just the hundreds of games I've gotten on Steam sales and bundles and all of that. So
Yeah, and I mean, computers can do lots of stuff. You know,
yeah,
they can do other things. They've got
PC Master Race.
Yep, they've got
Oh, you-
like you can make games on it. You can like type things. There's all the porno. There's just tons of porno.
Type things.
There's advantages,
The only time we'd really have a fear of PC died out is if consoles were actually able to like browse porn. Then maybe there'd be some merit behind their existence. But
Yeah,
I don't think we're
The
far off
internet
from
is
that.
for porn.
exactly.
essentially.
Can I just point out
porn
that was one of those
discussion.
legitimate arguments way back when during the whole SOPA thing.
Right.
Like that's what one of the senators came up and said. And now you guys are proving him right. You fools.
It's the internet, that's what it is. Alright, what else did I have for news here? Let me check out my document here. What else did I put down? The PlayStation Now beta has started, and the prices are absolutely absurd. You guys hear about this?
Pay $15 to rent a game for 90 days, or pay $15 to just own it. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's ridiculous prices. It's in beta, so maybe that'll be fixed, but it's stupid. Like that example is Guacamelee is to rent it for 90 days, which the PlayStation Now is their streaming service. It's where it's the game streaming
Right.
from their servers kind of thing. And you can rent it for like 4 hours for like $4, I think it is, or something like that, or $3, which that's stupid. But
What the hell?
or the highest rental of it, and that's all that this PlayStation Now is rental. It's not for the game sales. $15 to rent a $15 game for 90 days, or you can just buy it for $15 on the PS3. It doesn't actually exist on the PS4 at this point, though, so that's kind of the caveat of this. But yeah, you could buy it for $15 on PS3.
That's ridiculous.
It is, and there's many
Yeah.
examples. Pretty much all of them. I don't have the article. It was a Kotaku article I read about this. There's other examples of it that were just as stupid. Some of them where the 90-day rental costs more than the actual game.
Yeah. That was Final Fantasy 13 too, I think.
Yes, right.
That cost more.
You can buy it on Amazon for like about half the price a 90-day rental is.
Well, seems like they've
Brilliant.
still got some kinks to iron out.
Yeah, it's beta,
Yeah.
but what idiot thought that was a good idea even in a beta? Like, who seriously typed those numbers in thinking that it would be alright? Like, I don't get it. It seems like the prices are tiered by how old the game is how it looks. Like, if it's a couple years old, there's a tier of pricing. It doesn't take effect into account whatsoever what the original price of the game was. Like, Guacamelee has the same rental prices as year-old AAA games, They were $60 and this one's $15, and it's stupid. Next gen for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Future is now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what else do we have on news here? We actually have 4 news topics for a change, just because summer sales,
Hi.
Is Phil Fish talking out of his ass again?
That guy. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know.
What
As far as
do
I'm
you say
concerned,
now?
Phil Fish is a guy and he says things.
Yeah.
Phil Fish was before my time. I couldn't give a damn what he says.
I watched a video called "This Is Phil Fish," and it's all about how people don't hate Phil Fish; they hate the concept of Phil Fish, and I like that video.
I didn't watch
What
it.
did he
'cause,
say this time?
the YouTubers owe him money for making videos of his game. That all the YouTubers should give a large portion of their
Oh.
revenue to the developers. What's
Yeah,
your
I'll
take
let
on
that
this,
rant.
Nick? Being that you got YouTube coverage, what's your opinion on that?
It's dumb. Like, I don't think that developers should give YouTubers money, or YouTubers should give developers money.
Exactly. I have
Both
heard
are
those
working together. Like, we got a bunch of sales from Total Biscuit covering our game, and he got a bunch of views from covering our game.
It's a symbiotic
So,
relationship. It really is.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Unless the
so
game's
what
bad,
you
in
do?
which case then it's purely parasitic. But
Right, but I mean, like, that's, if
Yeah.
you make a bad game,
That's
then,
one of those
hey,
off chances.
You made a bad game. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, you
bad
don't
things
deserve money.
happen. Right, this is what happens. But like, no, that's like they're putting in work. They're playing your game and they're giving you exposure. Why would you want money from that? Chances are he already got money from that from people buying Fez.
Oh, absolutely.
And even the small YouTubers like me, like, here's a funny story for you guys though. I saw how I learned of Ascendant was Total Biscuit's video, and I'm really disappointed in myself for not knowing of his existence previously, because it went through a successful Kickstarter, went through a successful greenlight. How I did not hear about it during any of this, because I cover Kickstarter games, is I don't know, but I'm really disappointed in myself for that. But I heard about it from Total Biscuit, so that's another point of reference is when a YouTuber covers a game, other YouTubers can learn of its existence and then cover the game, and it's a spidering effect, you know. But even for me, Hapagames were nice enough to send me a review key. But the funny story here is I emailed them after seeing the Total Biscuit video that I wanted to cover the game, and then half an hour later, I'm like, I want to play it now, so I bought it off Steam. and I passed the review key on to Gingerdragon, which he will just yesterday, because I still had it in my email, and he will probably be covering it on his channel most likely. So, but that's the story.
What game was that again?
Huh?
What game was that again?
Ascendant, the game
Yeah.
we're playing it. Yes, okay. I passed the key on to another larger YouTuber than myself, so they probably got more bang for their buck out of that key anyway. But point is, even with small YouTubers, if a developer sends a review key, some people are like, they're losing money by giving people these review keys. Well, even with just me, if they get one sale out of my video, they break even. If they get 2 sales, that's a double gain right there. It's simple math. And sure, I don't get the views Total Biscuit does, but as long as you get a few sales out of it, that's more than worth that one game key. So,
I mean, aside from that, there was a time where, Total Biscuit probably had like 6 subscribers.
Oh
So,
yeah, everyone starts off small.
yep. And that's what indie devs are great. They aren't nearly as judgmental as like the AAA publishers. If you don't have at least 100,000 subs, they don't care that you exist, kind of thing.
Actually, I'm not sure how it is anymore, but I know that Ubisoft for a time was actually just like, hey, you have 1,000 subscribers. Here's Far Cry 3.
Yeah, Ubisoft is actually really good about it. They
Yeah,
do
I've
other
heard
things
about it.
terribly, like the whole news a minute ago. But yeah, what Phil Fish is stating is the dumbest thing. Should game magazines be paying the developer from their ad revenue? Should game websites that are not video-based, print sites, should they be paying developers? It's no different when it comes to video. If your game is a very story-driven game, I can see the little bit of merit behind saying that some people will watch instead of playing it. But there's still more people that from watching that video will buy it that would maybe not have known it existed. And if your game's gameplay is so dull that you can get the same experience out of watching it, then you failed as a developer anyway.
yeah, I mean, I don't see any merit to his argument.
Nope.
The stupidest thing, he compares it to buying a movie and streaming it, or making videos of it and making ad revenue off it. That's comparing apples to hammers. Like, not even apples to oranges, that's apples to hammers.
Hey,
What?
just for the record, I regularly use apples to beat nails into wood.
Me too.
That's talent. That would take a good amount of talent to do that. But it's completely different. Movies are a absolute passive entertainment. Video games are active entertainment. Completely different things. A game, it is a fun experience to watch people play it and their reaction stuff, but we're watching for the person, not as much for the game. That's YouTubers are based off personality, not so much the game. And this is a point that Total Biscuit has used several times in these conversations, where PewDiePie got like over 3 million views of him playing a search engine. It's not about the
true.
game. The thing is, then, this sounds really cocky of me, and this is large YouTubers, not really myself included, but they don't need the games. The games need them. They can play anything. If you don't want them covering your game, there's plenty of other games in line that would love that attention and exposure. So, and no matter what they play, the people are going to watch it, even if it's a search engine. So, yeah, that's how the reality of this works. Not my
search engine thing is just stupid to me.
Yeah, it is, but it's true.
It works,
and it really drives that point home beyond a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, Phil Fish, you're a fucking idiot. So you're seriously.
Again, we've already been over this whole YouTube thing before, and Phil Fish is a guy that I don't know why people care about him.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately curious, but they do.
Yeah, I take that stance.
I get it.
well.
He made a video game. Again, it's all before my time.
Extremely pretentious video game that he thinks is the most important thing in existence. But yeah, I don't know why he's relevant. He really shouldn't be.
No.
All right, and that's it for my news. I mean, as Phil Fish is a guy, yeah, okay. You know, I'm not the kind of person that if I don't like something somebody does on the internet that I think they should die or anything. No, if you're saying death threats to Phil Fish, you're a complete scumbag.
You're worse than Phil Fish.
Yeah, he has a very dumb point of view. He's a guy with a dumb point of view. So, that's what he is.
I don't think he's 100% together upstairs.
No, I don't think so either. And let's go ahead and move on to what do we do next? Oh, yes, we play Ascendant. Well, I fired up. Why don't you give people the elevator pitch of what Ascendant is?
Sure. Essentially, Ascendant is a brawler roguelite, I guess is what we're using. Or procedural death labyrinth, if you are pretentious.
Exactly.
It's basically, it took a lot of inspiration from Isaac, and some from, the old like Castlevania games and stuff like that. But it's basically Isaac with a slightly higher skill ceiling. So the combat's a little bit deeper, but
it is quite a bit deeper.
Tons of items to find and choices in your items, and multiple characters with different bonuses and weaknesses. And
I have only unlocked about half of them, so.
Oh.
And lots of dying.
HiredHelp probably hasn't played this at all. I would probably have tried to get him.
I haven't played it. I've seen videos of it, but I have not played it.
And I never had a chance to talk to you prior to the podcast for us to try to get you set up. It is, I will point out that it is on sale during the Steam Summer Sales for 50% off, which makes it $5, and it is a very well spent $5. I highly recommend
it's
it.
totally worth it. Totally worth it.
I'll link it. Boom.
Yes,
Look,
go ahead.
all I'm saying is that I just unlocked a twig, so this game is well worth it.
The twig is pretty legit if you were lucky enough to find it. You will not be displeased with the twig and its twigginess.
Let's beat everyone with a twig.
And we do only have a small part of the Hapagames team with us today, so go ahead and tell everybody who else is on the team, give them credit where it's due, kind of thing.
Let's see. On the team proper, originally we started this game while we were still in school, so we had about like 13 people working on it, in different capacities. Like some people working part-time, then like there are a few of us who are working just like around the clock, and then those people who were like working on it really hard, like after we graduated, transitioned here to I guess my house now, where we work in the garage, and that was about 7 of us. So there were 2 programmers, Brian and Matt, and there were 2 artists, Anthony and Andrew, and there were 2 designers, just like myself and Eric, and then Ben is like the business side, PR side, and then like random little game stuff from time to time, as far as like the capacity for Ascendant was concerned. So everyone had their role. I would get that breath if you breath bits is shit. Sorry, I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I know I'm behind on the stream, but you definitely want to get up on that. Anyway, um,
Did I just pick up a breath? No, I didn't pick up.
you didn't pick it up.
There we
yeah.
go. Grants Armored Hearts. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember the
usually
buttons
just use
now.
that one immediately.
It's been a little while since I played. I can't remember what buttons.
It should be right trigger.
There we go. There we go. I always forget to use the breaths. I die and I'm like, oh, I had this amazing breath, and I didn't use it. It might have saved me. Grunty, I love. He's hilarious.
Grunty's a good guy.
Now I have run into Son of Grunty a few times, and that boss wrecks me.
Well, he's angered by his father's murder. He's out for vengeance.
Some of the bosses are seriously difficult.
Yeah, we didn't really want to pull any punches. I don't know, my first personal design philosophy is that the game should be hard, otherwise you're not persevering, you know? You're not triumphing over something.
Now here's one of the interesting mechanics is that you can get these blessings of gods, and you can choose where to put them, your weapon, your magic, or your body. How many slots you have of each of these depends on what character you're playing, and they have different effects in each of them, and you have to learn them by trying it out.
Right. We wanted to have people, like, experimenting a lot with different combinations, because, you know, if you have, like, 3 body slots, you can put 3 blessings on your body and get some crazy combinations, like, you know, longer dashes, and then you leave a fire trail, so then you leave a longer fire trail, and, you know.
Yeah, I just got invulnerability
like
of spikes, which is a very good body one in my opinion.
Yeah, that's good. Good for the reckless adventurer, I would say.
Well, then if you have a bunch of spikes in a level, you can just go and stand on them and wait for the enemies to come to you and kill themselves.
That's true. Enemies, or spikes are just as deadly for enemies as they are for you.
Yes, they are very useful to you, actually, for taking... Oh god, it's a living pot. I should have known that was there by the sound, but I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, demon pots will get you. They will get you.
I was killed by a pot, man. I just wanted to break it, and it broke me.
Oh, they're nasty, too. They're little fireballs they shoot, bounce around for a while, and... Okay, I hate these shield guys. They're the worst. There we go.
No, they're designed to be angry and punish you.
You can also avoid... Oh god, demon pot. Die. Now, let's talk about a little bit about the combat. It's kind of brawler-type combat, which is actually much stronger combat than you generally see in roguelites, and it's actually kind of raised the bar in that regard for me. Now I look at other ones like, oh, this combat's so simplistic. You have a lot of knocking enemies around. Once they have a yellow thing around them, you can then... It's a yellow outline means they're staggered, and then you can launch them into other enemies and obstacles, and some boss fights are very geared around that mechanic.
Like Grunty.
Yeah, exactly. Which he is actually by far the easiest of the bosses.
Right.
There's also parry, which I fail to use most of the time when I should, but it's also key to some of the boss fights, which can reflect projectiles and normal attacks back at the enemy. And well, the normal attacks is like you get a strike on them when it happens, but very, very useful, and a lot of times will one-shot the enemy that is trying to attack you. Hey, new weapon.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, dash is probably your best.
And I never use dash very well. Dash will let you dash through projectiles without taking damage, and I hardly ever use dash. That's probably my problem.
It just gets you away from where things are swinging or where projectiles might be happening.
Gets you out in a pinch.
Yep, it was designed as your primary means of defense, with parry being like advanced defense. Yeah, the flashy defense. Yeah, when we were designing and implementing the combat, we were very jealous of games with simple combat systems, because it took us about 3 or 4 months to get the combat feeling like fast and fluid and good.
Mistiming a parry, by the way, is like a terrible thing to do. You're left open for a significant amount of time, really.
Yeah, it's almost a full second.
Oof.
Yeah, it's rough if you mistime a parry.
Yeah, that's why, parry, advance, defense, dash, baby defense.
Whoa. Is this what the shops look like, I guess? Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is the shop.
they're very
The shops are
trippy.
cool. Holy crap. These are awesome.
Just die, you shield bastard. There you go.
Yeah, parrying is a really good way to deal with the shielded guys.
The parry doesn't hurt them, though, does it? I don't remember.
No,
I
the
don't
parry
think it
will.
does.
If you parry their attack, they'll...
Huh, I thought I tried that before, and it was not very effective, so I quit trying to do it. I don't remember now. And also,
Yeah,
the flying things are
they'll
nasty.
take a hit and get launched. Yeah, most of the combat's around, like, deciding when to actually attack something. I mean, you can get pretty far by just, blasting your way through. But, like, realizing the priority of targets, like, this... you probably want to take out the flying guys first, because otherwise they're just gonna beat on you while you're trying to fight something else.
Yeah, but then if a magic guy's around, that actually turns out bad sometimes.
Right, unless you're good with the snap parry.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to be facing something to parry it.
Speed
it'll
up.
like auto turn.
Then you get these orbs that give you a passive effect. Let's go to my character sheet.
Right,
and
spirits.
Spirits, right? I forget the naming conventions on a lot of these things. They confuse me sometimes. But increased run speed.
You're confused sometimes too.
Increased run speed, and you can only have this many of them. But if you have a run where you actually fill this up, then you're god anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's just how many we display. So you'll actually keep getting the benefits if you ever get more than that. Although it's not super likely. But
Yeah.
you will still get the benefits.
So there's three main things. There's the blessings, which you equip to your different slots. There's the spirits, and then what exactly do you call the things that are little passive upgrades that aren't as interesting, like 10% melee damage and stuff like that? What would you call those?
Those are just stats, just stat ups.
You pick those up, but those are just kind of boring percentage stat ups. The spirits are more interesting effects. Like this one's increased run speed, but some of them are pretty interesting. And then, of course, there's weapons, your spell, and the breaths, which are one-time use, fairly powerful items most of the time. I'm gonna buy this spell. I'm gonna buy a lesser barrage here. Now, I don't use magic too often, except for in boss fights. Damn, I can't buy that heart. But you use it by holding the left trigger, and you go into a spellcast mode, which then you have free aiming. That burns through my mana pretty quickly.
Yep, spells generally in the beginning of the game, unless you're the caster guy, aren't super awesome, but they scale just tremendously well with blessings that you socket into your spells.
Yeah, there's some blessings that make spells ridiculously good. Okay.
And certain blessing combinations with certain spell combinations can do ridiculous things, like Itzli, for instance, that you put on your body. It allows spells to pierce, but if you have a boomerang spell, then your spell's gonna go through an enemy, turn around, and then go back through the enemy. So you'll get twice the damage out of it. And get some ridiculously
Okay, the Burrower.
fast kills like that.
This guy's probably one of the hardest early game bosses.
Who is it?
The Burrower. Oh,
Yeah, that's
he wrecked me.
who I'm fighting right now. Oh boy.
I was pretty low on health to begin with, so that was a really
He's always
fast
pretty
version
awesome
of
to
him. There's multiple versions of each, so
Yeah, you got the speedy one.
yeah, that's hard to dodge.
Oh god.
Magic penis? What? What did I miss, Zippy?
I don't know. Those messages have been there for a while.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Been trying to die less in this game. And it's
He's
not
talking
working
about me.
out. Oh. Thank you, Spikes.
Is that your nickname? Prison
the magic
nickname?
penis.
Yeah,
Prison nickname.
I've been called it once or twice.
I'm sure. You also have this little bit of a blink where if you start attacking a little range away from the enemy, you'll blink into range with them. So you get a little bit of leeway on when to start attacking, which without that would actually probably be a lot more difficult.
Yeah, that's it's like your blink attack range. There's some passives and stuff that you can get to modify that, and like certain weapons have higher ones.
Yep.
If you get it up, you get like all the bonuses you can get to it. You basically become like Super Saiyan mode. You can like fly, like half the screen, more than that probably. Fly an entire screen away to something and smack it in the face. It's pretty awesome when you get to that point.
I want to see this. I want to make that happen, but it's not going to happen on the stream or probably ever for me. Unless there's some cheat codes.
We did not leave any cheats in.
Damn.
That's right.
Hey, I'm going to go down to this green room here. What's the technical name for these?
We call them event rooms.
Event room, okay. Sometimes you just get a just a bonus like this, which let's see what I get here. And hey, increase my max health. That's awesome. By 2.
There you go.
That is wonderful. Sometimes there are a challenge room where you have to complete some kind of challenge that will probably kill you. Sometimes there's a challenge room that locks you in, and those are the bad ones if you're not prepared or good enough to complete them. Some of them are like an obstacle course type of challenge where you can leave if you decide you don't want to do it, which that's what I do most of the time because most of those challenges actually kill me. So.
Yeah.
You think you're ready for the power of the gods?
Oh god, the double jump one is sadistic.
Yeah. All the like obstacle course ones are purposefully pretty hard because they all give you a blessing, which is, it's the only way to generally get a blessing outside or a guaranteed blessing outside of a boss. You just found a unique weapon.
I've never seen this before. This sword. Wow, high damage, kind of slow. Yeah.
The damage actually scales with the amount of keys that you have.
And lock picking, so you don't actually use those keys. You just pile. Okay, this is freaking amazing.
Yep, and more mana regen, and you get money when you take damage.
Oh god, I hope this run is awesome.
We still allow random like weapon effects to roll on the unique weapons. You should go back and get that part before you fight the boss.
I should. And I could also go open the shop for no reason since I can't afford anything in it,
Oh
but I can open
God.
it because I have lock picking.
I almost one-shot Grunty with the corpses of her followers.
Is it a her or a he? That's a good question.
I don't know. I think of
Grunty.
Gruntilda the Witch when I hear Grunty, so...
I like to think of Grunty as a boy.
Son of Grunty boss? That's evil. So how much bonus damage do I get for each key in my possession with this weapon?
It says on the weapon, you get 7 per key.
Petrify.
So I'm at 107 right now then? Its base damage was 100, I think? Which is
Correct.
really high in the first place. Oh god! Well, here goes this weapon.
It's alright, you got it. Just...
Son of Grunty.
Alright. Break the X. Got that.
And he has a stupid shield. He
You
has
can
very
launch the
little...
barrel with it, too.
Oh, the barrel will actually get through the shield?
Yeah. Or no, you can just launch it away from you if it's
Yeah.
your way.
The stupid shield, he has very little, actually, vulnerability time. Oh god, fire.
This Petrify curse actually has a pretty consistent proc on it, jeez.
Goddamn fire!
You can do it.
No, probably
Kill
not.
him!
Yeah, the corners are a pretty safe spot to stand in.
Just hold still so I can beat you some more.
Standing under him is usually
Can I
pretty
take
safe.
that out of context?
God damn it. The egg is in the fire.
You can shoot him with your spells too.
Ow.
Then make an omelet, Fedora!
Just die, Grunt. Damn it, so much for this awesome weapon. Ah. He's harder than most of the like area 2 bosses. He randomly shows up on the early levels, so
Yeah, he doesn't unlock until you've beaten both versions of Grunty, so you will have had to have at least gotten to like the second level of Summer.
oh, I want that key back. If only I had like 100 more keys with me at the time, then I could have killed him quickly.
Yeah, you were going real quickly.
God, exploding guy. Okay, I got away.
find that the best way to handle exploding guys is to hit them once and then just send them flying.
Pretty
Use
much.
them as a missile.
Or you can sneak up behind them. That's always fun. That's by far the most satisfying way to take care of them.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
You can also use the pots as weapons. I always forget about that. Damn it, you bloody worm, I thought... Oh, hey, here's one. I'm going to sneak up behind him if I can here. I don't know if I have enough jump to get up behind him, but... Unless I can nail him with this pot. That would be some massively awesome aim, but...
Can he do it?
No.
Do it. Do it, Fedora.
The pots have more fall off than the enemies when you actually launch them, so... The aims...
Zippy would like to know what influences.
Influence is like your money in this game.
Yeah,
Yes,
I guess
yes,
Fedora
it's
hasn't
money.
shown off any of the shops yet, but
Actually, I did go buy things, but I didn't point that out expressly. That's the one bad thing about Midas. I'm using the Midas character, which gets a lot more influence, and in general... But he has the thing where anything you pick up has a chance of turning into money, and it's usually not a whole lot of influence it turns into. I had one...
Your stat pickups can turn into money. They turn to 1.
Yeah, and I've had a run where 3 health ups turn into money, maximum health increases. I wanted to cry. I was like, "Screw you, Midas! Screw you!" Okay, here's one of the obstacle courses here. You're presented with a trial here. Removes your powers. Some of
It's
them
not that bad. You can do this.
it usually kind of owns me a little bit, but you can dash
Slow and
through these.
steady.
You can dash through these things, but your dash has a timer before you can use it again, and these fire faster than that.
whoa,
Yeah.
different
I
version.
don't use dashes on this one. I just use like little tiny jumps.
Yeah, I got destroyed by it. They do a lot of damage. Those things do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they do a heart each. You don't want to get hit.
Okay, I just noticed the Get Out of the Fire reference by Zippy Dragon. That's good. Alright, let's try this again in Suckless. I can usually get to summer, early summer, reliably, but apparently not today.
Unlock the
pressure.
blessing of Kamoho. If only I could find these damn blessings.
Ah, I mistimed that parry here. Come on. Except for these worms have kind of terrible aim. Oh, and then I can't actually return it because when you parry, it goes back in a straight line, so, you know. It's not arced like it is when they fire it at you. Ah, crap.
Have you found any secrets yet?
Secrets? Do tell.
I'll take that as an L.
I know that. Yeah.
Oh god, spikes, no! No, okay, now point, how do you find these secrets? I didn't actually know there was secret rooms or whatnot in this game. I kind of hoped there was, because every roguelite should have such things.
Yeah, there's you'll find like, I don't know, look for things that seem out of place. I'll let you know if you get to a room that has a secret in
Okay,
it.
because I want to know how to find these. It might increase my survivability
Yeah,
if
it might.
there's good loot from them. But my god, I cannot focus on this game today, apparently.
Good.
If I get like Grunty and Maw on the first 2 levels as the bosses, I'll be pretty set. I'm pretty good at Maw. Burrower, I can usually beat if it's not the speedy version.
Well, I got a mace that makes me feel lucky. This is the run. This is the earn, guys. Let's beat the game.
You always want to be lucky in RPGs.
Oh yeah.
Always good.
Especially when it's a roguelike.
Yeah, when it's all about the luck, so... Not
Yeah.
entirely, okay, that makes me say that they're all luck-based, not skill-based. This is a very skill-based game, but luck definitely has a hand, you know, in all the like any game with random generalization. Sometimes they'll just hand you amazing stuff and give you easy bosses at the right time, and, you know...
Oh, wait. Okay, I killed something despite hitting it. I'll take it. Is this the luck?
I'm getting a good amount of influence, at least. Oh, let's go to the treasure room. What kind of treasure do I get? I get a Master's Heavy Axe. It's high damage, at least. Pretty slow.
6% crit, though. Yeah. Would be good.
100 damage is actually really high. That's about the top end I usually see in weapons. But I don't ever get very far in the game, and I'm sure items and weapons you can get are tiered by, you know, how far in the game you are, right?
You're correct. Luck will allow you to actually get some of the higher tier things earlier. Midas does start with some luck. He's the only one.
Yeah,
with luck.
so that might be why I'm finding these good weapons on level 1.
Yeah.
Turn it to gold, you dick. It wasn't an HP up at least, but still. Turning the max HP up into gold is infuriating. But he's such a good character otherwise. He has more slots than any of the other characters that you can pretty much use early game. You unlock him by getting a ton of influence, not just in one run, but in general. It counts over runs.
I killed Grunty and opened the chest, and now there's a gigantic shark trying to gnaw at my feet. Oh, that's the blessing of Komodo.
I will be honest, I don't like that blessing. It's good on magic. Don't put it on your weapon.
Too late.
Oh god. I'll be honest.
Story behind that. Ben is Hawaiian, and he was like, Nick, you gotta design a blessing, some sort of Hawaiian blessings, some sort of something Hawaiian. It's like, alright, man. So I'll look around. So found Kamohoali'i, which is like Hawaiian shark god, and he was like, "Oh, that's awesome. We gotta have a shark eating an enemy." It's like, "What do you mean?" He was like we gotta have like a shark just eat an enemy. I'm like, "Okay, thanks for the guidance. I'll get on that." So, you know, I'm going through making all the
hey, there we go.
stuff, and I decided on just like an execute style thing, and then we draw the shark. And that's why there's a shark that seems oddly out of place.
It does seem really cartoony and clash with the aesthetic. That's one of the only... There's a few effects that I don't like. Like, the shark is annoying because you can find enemies that glow gold color and they drop a ton of money when you kill them. If the shark kills it, you don't get that money.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate side effect of the shark eating.
Yes, and it's just...
it all.
The effect, it obscures things too much to me, and it just kind of clashes,
Yeah, it's 2D and it's in the foreground, which is weird.
Yeah. So I always put that on
like
spells.
Have it reach around the background or something. I feel like that would be a bit better, but...
It's good on spells because it makes your spells home to a degree, so that's pretty useful on spells.
Yeah, but then you don't get to see a shark come up and eat your foes.
Yeah.
For me, that's just unbeatable.
It does put a little shark on your spell.
Yeah, but it at least doesn't hose you out of drops from enemies and stuff. And the other one I dislike putting on weapons is the one that causes the hailstorm. Because that very much obscures things to me, and yeah, I don't like that one on the weapon. But that one's really good on body, because then you can get more health out of it, so...
It's also really good on spells.
I forget what it does on spells, I don't remember.
It makes little localized hailstorms, but it can proc on anything, so you can just fire it at the ground and make like a bunch of little hailstorms, like a little thunderstorm to screw over any enemy that walks near it.
Huh. I've never tried that because I don't like the hailstorm effect because it obscures much, but if they're smaller than and not right on top of me, then it might not be so bad, so...
Yeah, you should give that one a shot. It'll be good.
Spikes! Yay! Eat some spikes. Oh god. I like spikes because you don't hit things very far if you try to launch them if they're not staggered, but you can hit them far enough to just knock them in spikes. And that's what I did. That's how I just cleared this room pretty much. Just like, hey, there's spikes. Boink, boink, boink. Right into the spikes.
It's pretty satisfying to kill things on spikes.
Oh, it is. Especially when it's like their big toe hits it and they die from that. I love that.
Yeah.
Nasty spikes. Mind the poison.
Oh, I thought I had keys. Damn it. I need keys. Or a lock-picking
I have
weapon
3.
again. That lockpicking weapon, that is immensely valuable, but unfortunately I got a boss that just destroyed me and didn't get good use out of it.
You can get lockpicking on a normal weapon as well. The main like uniqueness of that weapon was
Explodey guy,
the
no.
damage stack from keys.
Okay, I could definitely
launch
use
those corpses into the spikes.
There you go. That one's like slow mode ragdolling. That was weird. Yeah, got him by the toe.
Nice.
The spikes are insanely satisfying.
Peter failed. It's like he's standing on the roof.
Oh. You stupid bugs.
Oh. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Sure.
A heart, just what I needed to make up for the stupid damage I took in this room. Now that you can find hidden chests in rooms if you look around. Hey, there's one right there. I saw this platform up here and I thought I might have actually found one, and I did.
I keep forgetting that there's like no delay on hitbox, and I'm like, wow, I have no delay.
Like
Like, yeah, I'm on hitbox.
Yeah, like 5 seconds is about it. Oh god damn it. Stupid spellcasting jackals. And bugs. Chain lightning. Thank you. The chain lightning is really good. Doesn't proc enough.
It is.
I need to get a weapon that increases the proc rate.
Yeah,
And-
or just faster weapon.
And I got another thing turned to gold.
Such is your life.
Yeah, but it's the amount of influence you get playing this guy is kind of worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's pretty well balanced with his.
And the
his
slots,
upside
the
and
number of
output.
slots he has compared to the other starting characters.
Yeah, and the luck. You probably don't notice the effects of the luck, but they're.
I did when I got
Real.
that key weapon.
It's true. It also increases, your drops from pots,
Yep.
and
Yeah, I definitely noticed that. Without it, pots are pretty useless most of the time.
you got a key for your shop back there too.
Yep.
Doing
Chain
all right.
lightning. I definitely need some health, though. Some health up would be nice. I don't like having 3 hearts. It's my max health. And I have almost 100 influence, so I can get a couple good things. I can get a spirit from the shop here. I had to think about what the name of those things were again. It's spirit, blessing, breath. It all kind of means the same things in some ways.
Yeah.
So it's hard to keep them straight. Alright, let's see what we have for a spirit. Spirit of the Maw. I don't know if I've ever gotten this one before. Summon Slime Ball on hit. Interesting. Magic Chakram. Nah, I'm just gonna buy a heart instead. And an armored heart. Go for broke here.
Thanks.
I'm kind of excited to see what this spirit does. Is it one of those little bouncing slime balls?
So the spirits that have like really flamboyant colors are all boss spirits. So you unlock that from beating the Maw, or probably both versions of the Maw. And you'll probably notice it when it occurs.
Now, you beat the Maw by knocking the enemies into him. You can't really attack him directly, can you?
You cannot.
This is the speedy one again, isn't it? Aha! I took out the Maw.
It
I
is
just got a
nice.
few peons left here. It's pushing around the Maw's head. How disrespectful.
Yeah, they do that.
Alright, slain enemies might drop health. Okay, this is one you said is really good on, isn't it?
Spell.
Yeah, spell. Okay, I'll try that. Yeah, I don't like that. It's good on body, and it's good on spell. I wouldn't recommend it on weapon, though. It might just be me, but it really just obscures things and gets me confused, and I end up getting hit by projectiles that I should have dodged or parried, or I don't know. I might just suck, so it might be useful to other people. It's definitely powerful when it's on your body or when it's on your weapon, but
Yeah. I beat the game with that on my weapon the other day, and yeah, it's a little obtrusive. I'll definitely give you that.
it can make some bosses harder, though, because when you need to use the enemies to knock into the boss, it can end up killing your enemies that you're trying to get staggered.
Right.
Okay, I don't like you. Oh god.
So try your spells out.
pretty low proc.
See if you can get it.
Oh god, she's after me. And they are killing themselves on spikes. That worked out very well. Okay, I want to see this do its thing. It's not doing it.
You can fire it at the ground too. And it should.
So I'm firing it at a wall, and like 15 shots, it didn't proc.
Orange Jesus is being cruel to you.
There we go. Quit turning things to gold, you jackass. I need those, like, melee attack up boosts and stuff, you know? They're not the most important thing in the world, but...
They add up.
Okay, explodey dick. Get out of here. I don't know what that is.
That's from the Spirit of the Maw. That's your little slime ball.
Doesn't look very slimy. Okay, key. The things I have sound really good right now, but they have a very low proc rate at this point.
Yeah, well, your weapon's really slow, which is not helping you out.
Yeah,
And
I love when you get really
tons of-
fast weapons. Those are fun.
You have tons of mana to cast your spell.
Yeah, because it's
You've been getting
mono
boned on
upgrades.
all your stat ups.
I'm kind of glad that slime ball actually looks different than the slime ball the enemies use if they have that ability, because then you don't
Yeah.
get them confused.
That's why it's white. And it's funny.
Now, as a spell, that living spit spell, oh my god, it's useless. But as a passive effect that happens on its own, kind of useful.
It's pretty good against like stationary bosses because you can just stack up a bunch of little slime balls on them.
It's a good point. I only have 41 influence. Well, that's enough to buy another spirit most of the
You
time.
need 50 for the spirit.
Oh, well, there we go.
Nice.
Thank you, pot. Spirit of the Hoarder.
Oh,
Influence
you want to
equals-
get that.
That is good on Midas.
Yeah.
Greater Arcane
Yeah.
Volley would be nice. If I get enough money to grab that, I'll come back.
Yeah, that'd be really good with your Tlaloc on your
Yeah.
spell.
Now I kind of want to quit spending money because of that spirit I got, but I want things as well, so I want
your
all the
damage
things.
is gonna go up pretty tremendously.
If I can
once you start
find
getting one.
one of those like glowing guys, that would be wonderful right now.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Sometimes I get lucky and find a couple of them on floor 1. That's kind of wonderful. I love those runs, even though they still end up in my horrible death most of the time. But I've yet to actually get to past summer. No, I've gotten into fall once.
Where are you going? You going back to the shop?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm watching chat and just kind of moving around. I was glancing at chat. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Let's pay attention to the map here. I'm just wandering is what I'm doing. Also, there's a feature in this game that I really like, and it's really smart, is your intelligent map. Because your map can switch between no map, the local map, and the floor map. What the map does, when you enter a room and there's enemies on the field, it will automatically be on the local map so you can see the enemies where they're at on the radar kind of map. And then once you defeat all the enemies, it automatically switches back to the level map.
Oh, that is really cool.
I love it.
I
It's
was pretty happy with that.
Yes, that is brilliant, is what it is. It's such a small thing that is so good. Okay, let's take out the flying dicks first here. They're usually what?
The flying dicks.
Pretty much. They're a bunch of dicks is what they are. They are a giant bag of dicks. Wow, that was a very effective parry. I just like killed 3 things in one parry. That was wonderful.
The other guy just jumped off the cliff. He didn't want any of it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
Now
out.
he's getting thrown around on the jump pad.
Yeah, I was trying to get him. It was like, okay, let's move so he'll move off. Finally, I got something that didn't turn to gold. Aha, that was a nice shot. These things you gotta be careful of. Their freaking dash is brutal. They're easy if you just get them locked into a chain, but you have spikes. Nope, you didn't go in the spike spot. I don't like these flying things that shoot things. They are mean. They are not friendly. Heart, thank you. I am glad that just health refills can't be turned to gold. That would be horrible.
That's there's another character that you have not unlocked, and that kind of happened
Open.
to
Open.
him.
So you haven't seen any of these rooms with secrets yet, huh?
Let's see.
Or you haven't been paying attention? Which one? I want to know how you achieve, get to these, because I need that. I need it. I need it in my life.
Yeah, I'll try and pay more attention. Basically, it's kind of like the Wolfenstein style of secrets, like the old school Wolfenstein.
False
Where there's
walls.
just a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, false wall.
Like Tower Guns. That's how their secrets are too.
Hey, you got a key for your treasure room chest.
Yeah, I'll go get that first. It might be a good idea to grab that first, because it might be something that prevents me from dying before I might actually go back to get it, or prevents me from taking unnecessary damage.
Sure.
And those spikes, I was kind of a little too close to falling into those. Please be a faster weapon. It is considerably faster.
Ooh, this also has increased blink range, so you can
Yeah, and armor.
slightly farther away.
It's considerably faster, so I think the speed versus 20 less damage is actually much worth it, especially with the things I have that proc. There we go. That and the armored heart when picking up keys. That's not ever a bad thing.
I question if anyone noticed all the golden things that I had to Midas. Like, his weapon turns gold when you pick it up.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Like, okay.
I have.
And like enemies that you directly kill turn gold.
Yep.
I'm sure you've noticed that.
Yep, I noticed that the first time I played him. I'm like, hey, everything turns to gold with it. Oh, there is an exit up. Where is the exit up?
You passed it. It's down there.
Often I assume it's at the topmost part you can get to, but not always, actually.
Yeah.
Let's go to the event room. Let's see what it is here. Hey! This one's great. It's just always, hey, free item.
Oh, I love this room. It's the Toad room. The Toad house. From Mario 3.
Oh, this is a hard decision here.
Don't do it.
It's slow, very slow.
You just got rid of your slow weapon.
But run speed and blink range. I'll stick with the faster weapon. I really do prefer. Did I switch? I did switch. I thought I hit the other button. Now I like even faster weapons than this, and if you get a weapon that's has a low base swing speed plus has increased swing speed effect on it, it can get really awesome.
Chain lightning's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. The higher swing speed is the procs are more, and that's really good. Okay. I'm getting some laggy, stuttery here. I have a pop-up from an instant message that someone came online, and that's causing a lot of issue for some reason. Wow, that caused a lot of issues. What the hell was that all about? That program I should keep closed. No, it's from Trillion. Okay. The Maw I can usually handle, but I don't like when this version. These spits.
Well, it's a good time to use your spells. The thunderstorms won't mess them up.
God, what am I? Oh, what is wrong with me? I'm usually really good at deflecting his stuff, but today I cannot.
Your thunderstorm's still killing him as you're dead.
That is a very good thing for him. That's a great effect on him. Okay, I'm gonna probably end up doing about one more run, I think. I want to at least get to summer so you guys can see the difference in the aesthetic.
You mean get the fall?
Fall, right. Is it? No, spring, summer is next. I want to get. Have I
You're
got?
just in summer.
I was? Did I really get that far? Oh, I wasn't paying. Oh, yeah, that was summer because they had those chicks that do the charging thing.
Yeah, and the entire level looked completely different.
Now, some really nasty things can show up. These big golem-like things can show up in summer sometimes. Pretty rarely, but when you get a level, oh man, they have so much HP. They are brutal. Magic them from afar. That's my advice. It takes a while, but do it.
Yeah, probably a good plan.
Heals the needy. That's a good blessing. Because healing is pretty rare in this game. Okay, oh. This is one that locks you in.
Yep. Yep.
No! I can usually get through this with taking no hits or just one hit. Yeah, the last one always survives.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. He just runs around. He can't do anything except run around flailing.
Now this is a fast weapon.
Yes,
Tends
sir.
to be bleeding damage on weapon hits, increased chance for pots to drop loot. Well, that sounds like it synergizes pretty well with Midas, so I'm good with that
Yep.
one. Now look at this. It's fairly fast. I've had faster. It's not the
Yeah.
tier of fast that's awesome yet, but if
No,
I
it's like the second fastest weapon too.
if I get a spirit, there's a spirit that increases attack speed, right?
There is.
If you get that, then this is amazing.
Yeah. There is a unique weapon that you have unlocked by default that is
I've had it once.
Just
I know which one you're talking about. It has 35
ridiculously
swing
fast.
speed plus increased swing speed effect on it.
well, there's one like, did you find the hand blade? Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. I know I found one that
There's-
was stupid fast.
There's a unique weapon that is the fastest weapon in the game, and it's. I had a run the other day where I had that, and I had the spirit that increased my
Oh
attack
god.
speed, and yeah, it was just.
Did you have some procs on your weapon too? A few spirits on your
Yeah.
weapon? Oh man, that would have been sick.
I was a blender. It was great.
Chain lightning. Wonderful.
Quick heads up, I might have to drop out of this podcast all of a sudden. Family came over and I was never informed about this.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh, no.
But hey, it's fun.
Useless dragon. Nah, it's all good.
Look, it's not every day your family gets to visit you from a whole nother planet, alright?
So you're space dragons?
Not space, it's called teleportation.
Did I?
Earth's basically a burial ground for everything dragons don't like.
I have no
It's why
idea what's
humans love
going
it.
on right now.
Space dragons. That's what's
Took a
going
turn.
on.
Podcast
This-
took a turn.
How
The
did
next space adventure game coming out, Space Dragon?
Let's see if I can
That
afford
sounds
anything useful in here. With
interesting.
38 influence, it might have been a waste of a key, but I'm hoping one of these pots. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Now I can get a spirit.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Have fun.
All right, take
Sorry
care.
about that.
Makes me wonder what a dragon family gathering's like. Boosts after dash. Oh yeah, you're faster after you dash. That's useful for traveling, if nothing else. I am very terrible at effectively using dash, which is probably why I suck at this game. You probably noticed while I'm playing that I'm getting a little bit of frame rate issue again. Nothing's popping up. Okay, that's fine. What is going on? Shit, that's why. So, yeah, I forgot. GingerDragon's hosting the call.
I'm watching him play. All right, he's
Damn it,
busy.
GingerDragon. I forgot. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
GingerDragon hosts the call. So the call just up and died. Okay, now I'm going to actually show that I'm good at fighting the Maw.
All right. Remember, you've got your breath. If things get bad, use that. You might just want to use it anyway. You know, safety net.
I will now because these guys. Okay, their aim is horrible, though.
Yeah, a lot of people panic here. There's a lot of spots where you could sit and they'll just consistently.
I forgot you can't kill them in one go, though, before they shoot again. Ah,
Yeah.
crap. I usually never get hit by that. And I hate that when you miss the parries, because then those stupid things are bouncing around.
Yeah.
God damn it, he can hit me here. I'm usually pretty good at this mid-air parry to take care of these assholes, but it's not working so well for me today. There we go. There we go. I took stupid damage during that, but... Alright.
Ooh, Osiris.
I'm thinking weapon or body. Which would you recommend?
I like it in the body. Phrasing's probably not ideal on that, but...
Does that mean like one of the permanent upgrade spirits?
Yeah, yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
how much is...
Just get a free one of those.
About how much of a percentage chance of it happening is that?
It's constant. It's based on how many rooms you clear. I think it's every 7 or 8 rooms.
So like
we're just-
one of 4 about, you know? That's...
Yeah,
That's
it'll just
significant.
pop up with the chest. It's pretty nice if you get it early, like you did. Like that's the best case, basically, getting it in after the first boss.
Yeah, that is best case.
You'll end up stacking a ton of spirits.
And those can be fairly damn powerful, so...
Yeah, I mean the one you got earlier, Hoarder, is one of the biggest damage boosts in the game if you've got enough influence.
Of chaos. Does that mean it could be bad?
Could be, but it could be good.
Armor. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, bad would have been bad since I was pretty low on health. I kind of needed that armor.
Yeah, it could have killed you, but you know, it did. And that's what's important.
That one's scary. It's the RNG, you know?
Yep. There's a lot of stuff from it to choose from. That room can do almost anything. Like,
I think I've had it increase my max HP before. That one was kind of wonderful.
yep, can do that. Can give you a new weapon. Can give you a new spell. Can take away stats.
Okay, that's a bonus chest over there. Let's see if I can get to it without dying.
Just gotta time that dash.
Damn it, Midas. Quit doing that. I don't want money right now. Well, I do want money, but not one. Okay, I need that
More
health.
money.
Nope. Not perfect, but I lived.
It's close.
So, which would you pick in this case?
I'd probably stick with the one you've got. Like those pots are gonna save you.
Yeah. More money and health and yeah. Anything increases health drops is always a massive good idea. Okay. Speaking of which, look at that. What do we get here? This one's really good.
Yeah, that one will murder things.
Except for the burrower, it's useless on him.
Yeah, pretty useless on the burrower. It's actually a detriment on the burrower because it just kills all your ammo.
Yeah, pretty much. But most other bosses, it's very helpful. Just die, thank you. And what is the rate of that happening? It seems to be about 100% right now.
I think it's between 30 and 50. I forget what I put it at.
Okay, I needed the health. That's good. I could use another key and some more influence at this point, at least. Ah, you can't really juggle the pot.
If you get, you can actually juggle bots if you're.
I just timed it wrong.
You're good. Yeah.
Timed it where the second hit was just like a little bit of oomph, not much to it. Okay,
Yeah.
boss time it is then, because I don't have a key. Unfortunately, I would really like a key right now. I would have liked another spirit too. I thought one would give me one on this floor, but apparently not yet.
Yeah, I think you only cleared 6 rooms. It's only like rooms where you have combat that count.
When you have one of these guys with a shield, it's freaking annoying.
Yeah, the best thing to do is either just smash the shield or kill him.
Ah, crap. Well, that's so much for that good run. Oh, the burrower is a dick. I'll just point that out. Sometimes I get lucky and I just kill him like ridiculously quick, like launch all 3 right through him in a straight line and just destroy him, but not so much this time. Alright,
Yeah.
I think it's time to move on to our Kickstarter Spotlight, which I did forget to tell you guys ahead of time what that was going to be.
All right.
Yeah, I did find one, and I usually tell everyone in the Skype chat what it is. But let's see if I can get the right window here.
More exciting now.
Yeah.
Yeah, leap.
And I'm going to throw the link in the chat, so if you guys want to go look at it yourself, there you go. And let's just watch the trailer here. If I can
Wait, where? Oh.
find the right windows here. There we go.
I'm familiar with this game.
Alright, and that was the trailer for Twin Souls: The Path of Shadows. Interesting enough, this started as a student project game that I covered about a month ago on my Free Game Friday. They made it as their student project, senior year project, I believe. And then, it was put out for free. And, well, buggy, it's pretty fun for a short little student project game and has a wonderful aesthetic. And I said in my video of that I wish they would take this concept and flesh it out into a fully realized game. Well, that's what they're doing.
This seems pretty cool.
The aesthetic is wonderful. Like, the art style is great.
Yeah, I like the art style a lot.
And the
Yeah, they did
gameplay is
really good
pretty
job with
fun. Even in the very basic form it was in their student project game, the gameplay is very fun. A little wonky and buggy and such in the student project one, but, you know, it's a student project. What do you expect? I do say I like the character design of the original student project a little bit better than their new revised protagonist. He's too glowy. Like in the original one, he had a single scarf that glowed behind him, depending on how much shadow power you have at the time. But now his entire, like, is glowy all everywhere. It's, you know, glow. I like the original design better, actually.
For a guy hiding in shadows, you'd think he wouldn't be quite so bedazzled with glowing scarves.
Yeah. He's a bit too... I like the one glowing scarf thing. And the glowing has an effect. Like, on the scars, how much of that's lit up is how much shadow power you have stored at the time. So...
Right.
But the rest of it, not entirely sure there's a point to it. And I'm just watching this murder gif over and over again. I love Kickstarters that have awesome gifs on their page. It's the way to do it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with gifts.
No,
But it's a fun mechanic, the shadow mechanics of the game. I'm surprised they didn't put up the original student project on the Kickstarter as, you know, a prototype playable demo, because anything on a Kickstarter that has something playable it helps a Kickstarter a great deal if there's something playable.
Well, you said it was really buggy, didn't you?
It was a little wonky with some of the positioning and stuff, but not bad. I've definitely seen much worse in released games, so...
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they're worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but even then, when... Like, that's a lot of fear devs have of putting out an early build of something and it has some bugs and it's going to, like, tarnish their reputation. In this day and age, gamers understand that, especially ones that are looking at Kickstarter and such. They understand bugginess in early builds. And it's always, in every experience I've had, I do a series that's based entirely around Kickstarter games called Kicking It. In my experience, it's, unless your game's complete and total bad in the first place, but it's always better to have a playable build on your Kickstarter, even if it's buggy and very early and very rough. It always is a benefit. It always brings more than it hurts, is my opinion on that, so... I'll just be honest, of every Kickstarter I've paid attention to, I've never seen a Kickstarter that had a playable build fail to reach their goal. I've never seen that happen.
Yeah,
So-
I think it kind of instills confidence in some people to
Exactly.
know that
Especially if
there
you're
is
an unknown
some
dev.
sort of actual game.
Especially if you're an unknown dev and don't have a pedigree and a long list of previous projects that are known and loved. Having something playable, it helps you a lot in that regard. To show you're competent enough to actually make something that functions.
Right.
So that's my opinion on it. If I were them, I would have put the original build up on here as a playable prototype. They got
Yeah, I mean,
less.
assuming it's not absolute trash and it's actually fun to play, then I'm sure it's always a good idea.
But then again, they're on a good track. I mean, they're at 14,000 of 70,000 with only 5 days into the Kickstarter, so that's looking good for them. They'll probably make it. 70,000 seems a little high compared to what most Kickstarters are these days, like 20 to 40 on most indie games, but I think they can make it.
Yeah, I think it's always a good idea to shoot low.
Also, in the original, the voice acting was clearly done by one of the students, and it was pretty bad. And it was actually done in English. I kind of like the route they're going now, that it's actually some, made-up language subtitled. Yeah, that's better in my opinion. It also adds to the atmosphere and the mysteriousness of it and all that. So, I think that's actually a better path to take in this.
Yeah, but not a bad move. I'd say they benefit from it. I remember seeing the original trailer, months back, and it being kind of goofy sounding.
Yeah. The Path of Shadows, I should find the link to the playable build. Let's see. I could look up my video of it here and find the link to that. The original playable prototype. I recommend you go and check it out. Let's search my channel here. Give me a second. I'll turn this off. You don't want to see this. Because the original one's just called Path of Shadows. They changed the name to Twin Souls Path of Shadows, which now actually has a more concrete storyline. There wasn't much of a storyline in the original build. Honestly, the original build was great for what it was, though. They definitely should have got an A on that project. If not, the professor's a bloody idiot. Here is the original Path of Shadows. I recommend you go check it out. It's fun. Let me see if I can capture this and show you some screenshots of the original protagonist and show you what I'm talking about here. Now it's not capturing this window. Come on, Path of Shadows, window, do please work. There we go. And I can't maximize these, so we'll just show a video here of the original Path of Shadows, which definitely has the same aesthetic, which is by far the strength of the game, in my opinion.
Right.
But the protagonist was redesigned and over-designed, in my opinion, in the new trailer. Okay, I guess so. He is still a bit more glowy than just the scarf, but still not as much. And the scarf doesn't glow yet, because this is early game before you get the power. And there's that voice acting. But yeah, he's a lot less like a neon sign.
Yeah, a lot less Tron-y.
Right? Good way of putting it. More mystical looking than Tron looking. Alright, okay, we can turn off that now and this. And it's time to do our little wrap-up. I would normally start with Gingerdragon, but his slack ass left, so he's...
Messed himself up. And the call.
Yep. Right, things are destroyed the call, Gingerdragon. So he's a dragon, he plays games and things, mostly terrible videos, but you should go watch him anyway.
He sucks.
Yeah. No, he's actually significantly larger than I am, and his like FTL plays are actually very interesting. He has like an encyclopedic knowledge of that game.
Yeah,
Same
he's
with
really
XCOM.
good at FTL.
So he's at youtube.com/GingerDragon87. He is at GingerDragonYT on the Twitter, and I think on Twitch he's twitch.com or twitch.tv
Twitch.com.
/GingerDragon87. So that's where you can find him. You should follow him on Twitter. It's entertaining. He tweets about life as a dragon, which is quite entertaining, and like about games slaughtering dragons and how terrible that is and things like that. Quite hilarious. And HiredHelp, you go ahead.
Okay.
Where are you? Why
What?
do they care? Where can they find you? All of that. And drop links.
Okay. So, I am a former novelty Twitter account turned into an awesome YouTuber / still Twitter dude. And you can find me at the links I just posted in chat. And if you are not... Why is it not a link? Do I have to do the whole HTTP bullshit?
Yes, you have to have HTTP.
Oh my god.
You fail!
This whole hitbox thing, I'm not used to it. But so yeah, I do parodies and stuff on YouTube. I don't do any LPs, which might be a different thing for the whole randomly generated podcast. I don't know if you guys have ever had a person that doesn't do Let's Plays, but
You used to do like the first impressions like I do, but not anymore.
yeah, I used to a long time ago, but not anymore. And yeah, I'm looking for 100 subscribers on my channel by the end of July. I'm at 83 right now, so
Go subscribe to HiredHelp. Don't actually watch the videos because they're pretty horrible, but at least subscribe to them.
yeah, I think they're pretty horrible, but
No, they're funny.
they're horrible.
You can see him twerk on his channel if you want to see that.
You can see me twerk. You can see me pick on Call of Duty releases because they release the same game every year, just with different guns. And then you can watch me make fun of the Black Eyed Peas. You can watch tons of cool things on my channel that are really dumb. So yeah, go check it out, I guess. And you can find me at twitter.com/HiredHelp and youtube.com/SpelunkyHiredHelp. That damn inconsistency.
Yes, branding fail. How you don't do like a 900 episode series of Let's Play Spelunky makes no sense with your persona, but you know.
I would have if it was not a game that I got super bored of after a while. I mean, I'm not bored of it. I owe all my success to Spelunky, honestly. So I can't hate on it too much.
Yeah. You're just bored of playing it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, I think that's my
His
rubbing
content's
my stuff in
loosely
your
gaming
face.
related these days. Loosely, you know.
Yeah, it's loosely gaming related. So that's why I'm on the podcast.
All right, Nick, go ahead and throw down some links where people can grab your game and get more information on you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're interested in us as developers, which I don't know why you would be, because there's nothing exciting about that, but our website is www.hapagames.com. Pretty sure that's our website. Let me click on this. Yes, that is our website. That's where you can find out information about us. You probably don't want information about us. If you'd like to pick up Ascendant, it is on sale right now for $5 on the Steam store. Also,
Do
if
it.
you don't
Buy
wanna
it.
buy it
Yeah.
on
I
Steam,
bought
you
it.
can buy it on GOG or Indie Game Stand or itch.io for more money than on Steam right now, if you feel like doing that.
Yes, those other options get more of a cut to the developers than Steam do. So if you go to their website and use the widgets on the website to buy it, then you're giving more money to the developer. And it's the same price as it is on the Steam summer sale.
But I won't hold it against you because there are tons of sweet achievements on Steam, and I don't know. I like to have my games all
Well, if you buy it
centralized on
through the
Steam.
Humble widget, you do have a Humble widget, right? Do you?
We use itch. We have an itch.
Oh.
Itch.io.
I was going to say, if you're using Humble, you'd get a Steam key with it, but I don't know if you can really do that with itch.
No, I don't. I forget how that
I don't
works. Though.
think so.
So yeah, I understand,
but-
I want everything on Steam too, so.
Yeah, if you want, you can get it on Steam, and then if you just want to support us, you could just like send us money in an envelope or something. That works. But yeah, just get it on Steam. It's on sale.
Yeah, oddly enough,
check.
their email to send money to is spelunkyhiredhelp@gmail.com.
That is correct. Yeah, another branding mismatch for us.
Buy it.
But, yeah,
Seriously, it's
If
great.
you want to tweet, you can tweet at Hapagames. Ben will get your tweets. He complains about it, but I think he secretly likes tweets. So send him everything. Yeah, that's us. Play
Tweet
Ascendant. It's pretty
tweet
fun.
at him
I
how
like
great the game is. He'll like
it.
that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Seriously, this game is a very strong contender for my game of the year so far this year. Something pretty insane would have to happen for it to knock it down out of the top 3 at least. So,
Oh, that's sweet.
you know, now that it's released in a finished state, are you guys planning on adding more content to it, or have you guys moved on to a new project yet?
We're dabbling in some new stuff. We haven't really committed to anything new yet. We're still in like a prototyping phase, but we are planning on doing. I mean, we're still obviously working on some Ascendant stuff. We just put in rebindable keys last week, which met with much rejoice. But we are planning on some content, depending on how. I mean, we're selling pretty well in the Steam sale and stuff, and you know. Depending on how well that goes, we're definitely planning on adding some new things. I know I want to add in some more bosses and maybe spruce up some animations. And there's some stuff that we want to do. You know, you always have a wish list when you finish a game of like things you would have done if you had the time.
No
and,
game's really finished in this day and age, really.
Right. So yeah, there's. I absolutely see us adding some more content to Ascendant on down the line.
I hope it's selling really well. I hope Toll Biscuit's video drove a lot of sales to you guys, because he had considerably high praise for it, and understandably so, because I mostly agree with everything he said. So, and I hope you guys are like filthy stinking rich right now, because you need to be. The game's great.
No, we're not rich. We're less poor, but
You're still in a garage, is what you're saying.
still in the garage. Don't see ourselves leaving the garage anytime soon.
Well, see, how you measure Steam success is how many yachts you now own.
Right. We could get a dinghy of sorts.
Yeah. So
Probably.
go buy it. It needs more sales, because I love what you guys do, and I hope you continue pumping out awesome games. Not pumping them out as in like yearly shovelware,
Right.
but you know,
Right.
another game from you guys I highly look forward to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're not trying to get rich. We just want enough money to continue making games. That's all we're in it for.
You know, I think YouTubers and indie devs have a lot in common. Like one of the most indie devs just want to be able to make a living off what they enjoy, and that's the same with
Yep.
most YouTubers. You know, so if they can get to that point, it's a massive success, and they deserve that to get to that point. So I really should. I'm gonna tweet at Total Biscuit that, you know, hey, Ascendant's on sale for 50% off during the sales. You should RT this, and he probably would because he likes the game. So.
Well, that would be pretty awesome if that happened. But
I was kind of hoping for some juicy info on another project you guys are working on, but it's all very conceptual in the air stage, huh?
yeah, I mean, I was working on some stuff last night, and I'm about to go do a little bit more programming after this, and I don't know, we're just messing around with new ideas, you know? It's hard to get that lightning bolt to strike, and I'm very much... I don't really want to just... I'm pretty sure we could make a lot of money if we decided to make a multiplayer survival crafting game, but like I don't want to do that, you know?
Right.
So,
And zombies, gotta have the zombies in it.
right, exactly. So I'm trying to think of, you know, and it's a shame because I really do enjoy that genre. Like I
do too.
I like those games,
but it is overdone.
Yeah, does the world need another one? Probably not.
What the world needs is one that's actually finished.
Right.
We
yeah.
only need more simulation games.
Yeah.
We need one that's done. Like, this genre that's the money genre in indie right now. But there isn't a single game in it that's complete, which is why I haven't touched any of them yet. I'm just like, I'm going to wait till there's actually one that's done.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like people just bounce from early access title to early access title at the time being.
Yeah. And I'm fine with early access. I have a series based around in-development games, but those ones, it's just like, God, it's the fad of the month, and I just want one to be complete, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that, but I don't want to throw us into that.
So have you guys
ring.
thought about DLC for Ascendant at all?
I don't really think that we would charge if we added more content.
It'd be
I
like
don't
an
know.
FTL type of thing.
Yeah, like we'd probably just put out some new content. Like I'm not a huge fan of like little bite-sized DLC. Like if we make like an expansion pack, you know, worth of content.
It's
like,
yeah. I
then
would
we'd
love to
maybe-
see something like
maybe
Wrath of the
charge
Lamb
more.
for Ascendant, a significant increase in item variety, boss variety, and all that, and I would throw a
Right.
couple bucks at that in a heartbeat. So
Yeah, if we did something huge like that, we'd probably charge a few bucks for it. But like if we're just adding like, you know, intermittent stuff, like little Easter eggy stuff and things like that, like we're not going to charge for that.
yeah. I hope you guys do, though. I would love to see that. A couple $1 DLC with like a bunch more content. I would highly praise that and grab it. And if you get a huge installed base of people playing the game, if that ever got to that point, then I would highly recommend it, honestly. But I don't know if it's worth that at this point or not for that much dev time for like 100 new items and 10 new bosses and whatever you want to add to it.
For us to commit to something, you know, big like that, we'd need to have like a pretty legitimately sized user base to be able to warrant spending the time. Because if we're not like selling copies or anything, you know, intermittently while we're working on it, like we're not making any money. Like if we're not working on a new title, then, you know, it's just been 6 months and we have nothing to release, and we release an expansion pack for a game that not enough people got, then we're living outside. So
Yeah, exactly. They're already living in a garage. They don't want to make it any worse.
right.
I mean, having your dev computers outside is generally not a good idea anyway.
No, the weather's unkind to computers,
Yeah, a little bit.
especially in Florida.
Well, when you guys
Rains.
do have another project going and once it's released, I would love to have you back on the show again for that game.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And we were doing the wrap-up, but I got off topic again, talking about your awesome game. So, I am, of course, Fedora Gamer. You can find... I am primarily a YouTuber, indie game YouTuber. You can follow me here on the Hitbox channel, which I highly recommend you do so, for the podcast every week, and that's about the only thing I do streaming-wise. Otherwise, I'm a YouTuber at youtube.com/Fedora Gamer with a 4 for the A in Gamer. If you're on the YouTube channel and you don't know and you're watching this as a VOD, the link to the Hitbox channel is in the description. And you also find me at Twitter at Fedora Gamer, and there's my links. I'd like to thank HiredHelp and Nick for joining us, or joining me, since the us is gone now.
Yeah, that other guy. What does he think he is?
But it was a pleasure, and now I'm probably gonna go play some more Ascendant.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, dude.
Yeah, likewise.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, and stream is down.